Good morning, children. In this video, we are just going to revise the word meanings and the poetic devices that we had already done. So let's start. Gusty, blowing strongly. Pallor, pale color of face. Weighed down, burdened. Paper seeming, very thin. Peeped through, just visible. Gnarled, bent and rough bones. Twisted, bent or distorted. Stunted, not growing properly. Heir, successor. Rhyme scheme. The poem is written in free verse, that is, there is no particular pattern of the rhyme in the poem. So it is said to be written in free verse. Imagery poetic device used in the poem. Imagery student is that poetic device where the poet, with his strong creative power, with his words, create an image in the mind of the readers. Weighed down. When we read this phrase, an image of a tall girl disinterested in her class and atmosphere of the class is also clearly comes into the mind, that dull, dismal class, and it refers to the burden of poverty and hopelessness that weighs down the slum children. Pun. Pun is that poetic device which where the poet plays with the words. It gives the two meaning of the same word. One is the literal one and another the figurative. Most of the time it is used to bring the humor in the creation. Here reciting his father's now decease. So here the pun comes in the word reciting. Literal meaning, the boy is reciting the lesson. Figurative, he is more prominently reciting his father's decease. That is, he has inherited his father's disease of twisted bones and deformity. Sour cream, the literal meaning, the neglected walls have turned a dirty yellow because of they have not been painted again. And figurative, a dismal place where all dreams turn sour. In this case, the classroom. Lead sky, literal meaning, the sky polluted with industrial fumes, and figurative, a sky that does not open opportunities. Symbolism, this poem is replete with symbols. The first one, squirrel's game, something that helps the child to escape the grim reality of his surrounding. Second, civilized dome riding all cities. Here, the cities are, they show the progress of the civilization and its marvelous architecture. Open handed map, a map drawn arbitrarily by the people in power and the privilege. Map with slum as big as doom, the grim reality of the lives of the slum children. Now, once again, the poetic devices far, repetition, far, far, and for sound is repeated, so alliteration, gusty waves, waves have been personified, so personification, and here metaphor is also there, like ruthless weeds, simile, the paper seeming boy, metaphor, with west eyes, metaphor, surely Shakespeare, alliteration, sir sound repeated, from fog to endless night, alliteration, for sound repeated. Children are compared with rootless weeds. When we read the line, it appears that the unkempt hair of the children is compared with rootless weeds. But when we delve deeper into the meaning, we find that the children are compared with rootless weeds. They are like weeds as they are unwanted by the society of the privileged, rootless as they belong to nowhere, so they have no roots, rootless. Metaphor, boy is compared with paper as he is thin, and in the far words we see repetition to stress on the distance. Walls are described to be dull as sour cream walls. The future of the kid is described as limited, narrow streets sealed with a lead sky. The next poetic device is allusion. Allusion is that poetic device, students, where the poet referred a well-known person or a well-known place in between the poem that is not directly linked with the theme of the poem but has been mentioned there with a definite purpose as it heightened the theme of the poem. Like here we see Shakespeare's head and Tyrolese valley. These are mentioned to heighten the theme of the social inequalities. So, with their mention, we can make a comparison and see the inequalities between the two class of haves and haves not. Gusty waves, the privileged children are compared to gusty wave, energetic and exuberant. Future painted with a fog refers to the future of the slum children, which has been compared to the fog because it is uncertain and unclear. Sealed in with a lead sky refers to the dull and grey color of the sky and also the depressing future of the slum children. Now, stanza 3, word meaning and poetic devices. Wicked, evil, tempted, persuade, slyly, trickily, crammed, confined, slag heap, pile of waste material, mended, repaired, blot, to mark with a spot, doom, disaster. Fog, bleak and unclear, ships and sun, adventure and beautiful lands offering opportunities, slag heap, industrial waste, toxic, filth, and squalor. Windows, windows of the slum classroom, that those do not open out to opportunities and the wide world. They show only fog covered slums where they are confined. Green fields or gold sands, color, happiness, nature, and golden opportunities. White and green leaves, learning from pages of books and nature. Run azure, experience the rich color of the blue waves and the beautiful blue sky. Sun, symbol of enlightenment, clarity, equality, and purity. Repetition, we had already revised. The break or break open, word break is repeated. Where skins peep through by bones refers to the thin, emaciated bodies of the children, which has been reduced to mere skin and bones. Let their tongues run naked into books refer to the act of allowing the children to go taste and experience the variety life as depicted in the books, or giving the children an experience of the beautiful, bright world outside the depressing confines of the slum. History is there whose language is the sun. Here, Stephen Spender uses a fine metaphor. All know that the world is governed by the rich, dictator, and the powerful people. But there are people who create their history through their own language, ideas, and views when they are well educated and well read. That's why poet is making an appeal to educate these children in the true sense of the term so that they can also recreate their destiny. Poetic devices like bottle bits of stone, simile, as big as doom, simile. The map becomes their window, and these windows were repeated, so repetition. Their lives like catacombs, simile, break or break, repetition. Language is the sun, metaphor. Their turns run naked, personification. With this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you have understood the poetic devices. You were able to revise all the poetic devices and understood the meaning of the different words used in the poem. Thank you and have a nice day.